Good morning, children. In the last class, we have seen about the parts of the plant. Today, we are moving to habitat. Habitat. Each and every organism need a place to live and reproduce. So, that is known as the dwelling place where an organism lives is known as habitat. When we take about habitat, there are two types of habitat, that is aquatic and terrestrial. We can find the plants even at the top of the mountain and then to the bottom of the ocean. So, when we take about the habitat, that is divided into aquatic and terrestrial. What do you mean by aquatic habitat? We can see some plants in the water, that is example lotus. The lotus plant is seen in the water. So, such a kind of plant, they do some adaptation to live in the condition. What are the adaptation that is found in the aquatic plant? The plants which are seen in water are known as aquatic plants and they have some adaptation. What is the adaptation? The leaves are found to be float on the surface. What do you mean by float? They are seen on the surface of the water. The leaves become floating and then the stem is submerged in water. The stem is submerged, seen inside the water. The leaves become floating on the surface of the water and the stem is submerged, that is seen inside the water. The roots are find attached to the, they are coming and then they are find attached to the floor of the pond or the river. Okay, so these are the adaptation which the aquatic plants acquire, that is the leaf become floating on the surface of the water and then the stem is submerged, that is seen inside the water, and then roots are here, they are poorly developed and they find attached to the floor of the plant. So these are the some modifications that are found in the aquatic plants. And then when we take about the aquatic plant, the aquatic plant is divided into two types, that is freshwater habitat and then marine water habitat. So, aquatic plant is divided into freshwater habitat and marine water habitat. When we take about freshwater habitat, freshwater habitat include pond, river, lake, etc. Why we are calling them as freshwater? Because the salinity of the water become very low. Salinity, salt. The salt content of the water is very low. So, we are calling them as freshwater habitat. Example, water lily, water hyacinth and then lotus. These form the freshwater habitat. In them, the leaves are, as we seen in the aquatic plant, the leaves become floating on the surface of the water. The stem and the leaves, petiole, they contain air chambers. So, they contain the air chamber. In order to float on the surface of the water, the cells are loosely arranged. That is known as they contain many air chambers. The stem, the leaves and the petiole contain air chambers in order to float on the surface of the water. So, this is the modification which is found in the freshwater habitat. Most of the plants are found in river, river and then pond, lake, etc. They are known as freshwater habitat. In them, the leaves, the petiole and the stem contain many air chamber in order to float on the surface of the water. Next about marine water. Marine water include sea and ocean. This also support, the marine also support the plants to grow. The sea and the ocean support some of the plants to grow on their surface. They perform 40% of photosynthesis. As I said already, photosynthesis means the preparation of food. That is known as photosynthesis. That process is the preparation of the food is known as photosynthesis. The marine water also perform 40% of the photosynthesis. Okay, so thus aquatic habitat include fresh water and marine water. Fresh water include pond, river, lake, etc. In them they contain many air chamber in their leaf stem and their roots are poorly developed. They are found deep inside the water. Their roots become poorly developed. The stem and leaves petiole. Petiole means the portion where the leaf arises. They contain many air chamber. In them the cells are loosely arranged. They contain many air chamber in them. So this is the modification that is found in fresh water and then marine water. So this is about the aquatic habitat. Next we move on to the terrestrial habitat. Terrestrial means the plants which are found on the land. The land habitat is known as terrestrial, which include forest, grassland, so the terrestrial means the land habitat, which include the forest, desert, grassland, etc. And then man-made cities, towns, they are also included in the terrestrial habitat. So this also confirm they are 28% of the plant are occupied in the terrestrial habitat. When we take about the terrestrial habitat, they include the forest. There are three types of terrestrial habitat: the forest, the grassland and the desert. When we take about forest, they occupy, most of the plants are situated in the forest. The forest supply most of the oxygen supply in they are supplying most of the oxygen in the world. Okay, so because most of the plants are found only in the forest. Then when we take about the forest, there are three types, that is tropical, temperature and then mountain forest. These are the three types of forest. They occupy most of the land. Forest contain tropical, temperature and mountain forest. These are the three types of forest. They also provide 25 to 200 centimeter rainfall annually. Annual rainfall is very rich in the forest because it contains more plants. So the plants they are giving more rainfall. Okay. Next about grassland. The grassland supports the grasses. Most of the grasses which are from small to long grasses are found in the type of forest, grassland. Example, savanna grassland. This support in this land most of the grasses are found. Only grasses are seen in these areas. So forest contain three types, that is tropical, temperature and mountain forest, and then grassland support only the grasses. From small to longer type of grasses are seen here. Next we move on to desert. Desert. Here only a low amount of water is there, scarcity. Water is very low water is found in desert. they do not get much rainfall. The rainfall become 25 centimeter annually. There is no water find in the desert, so that the plant may show some of the modification. What are the modifications that are find in the desert? Here you may have seen about the cactus plant. The portion, the fleshy green flattened surface, what you are seeing is the stem portion. It is not the leaf, it is the stem portion, and the leaves are modified into thorns. What do you mean by thorns? Thorns are needle. In order to reduce the transpiration, we know about transpiration, the excess of water is removed from the plant. That is known as, that process is called as transpiration. As there is no water find here, the leaves are reduced into thorn in order to reduce the transpiration. Then, so this is the modification that are find in the desert. When we take about the desert, there are three types, that is hard, dry desert, and then semi-arid. They contain a light air, semi-arid condition, semi-arid desert, and then coastal cold desert. These are the different types of desert that are found in the desert region. So when we take about the desert, we cannot find much water here. Very low water is found, and then annual rainfall become less than 25 centimeter. They do not contain much water. So they show some modification. What are the modification here mean? The stem is highly reduced into fleshy flattened portion, and then the leaves are reduced into thorn or needle like structure in order to avoid the transpiration, and then the roots are poorly developed and they go deep into the soil in search of water. In search of water, the roots grow deep into the soil. So these are the modifications that are seen in the desert. So when we take about habitat, there are two type of habitat: freshwater, the aquatic and terrestrial. When we take about aquatic habitat, they include freshwater and marine. Freshwater mean the plants which are found in pond, river, lake are known as freshwater habitat. In order to live inside the water, the plants develop some modification. The leaf become floating on the surface of the water, and then the stem is submerged, seen inside the water. Roots are poorly developed in order to avoid the absorption. If the plant have more water, mean they become decay. So that in order to avoid the absorption, conduction, everything, the roots are poorly developed. These are the modifications seen in the freshwater habitat. And then marine water also support the plants. Example for marine water is sea algae. And then so marine water also perform 40% of photosynthesis in the world. Next we move on to the terrestrial habitat. What do you mean by terrestrial? The plants which are living on the land are known as terrestrial habitat. Terrestrial habitat include forest, grassland, and then the desert. When we take about the forest, most of the plant are seen in the forest. So they support rainfall, and then most of the oxygen, everything is supported by the forest, by the plants which are found in the forest. There are three types of forest: tropical forest, temperate forest, and then mountain forest. When we take about the grassland, the small grass to tallest grass are found in this region. Example, savanna grassland. And then when coming to desert, we can find only less water, and then they support only less type of rainfall. Everything is very scarcity. The water is become very scarcity, very low, very less. And then they show some of the modification. The root, the stem become fleshy and succulent. Succulent means they are thick. And then the thorns are, the leaf become thorns. The leaf become thorns. Then the stem go deep into, the root go deep into the soil in search of water. So these are all the modification that is found in the habitat. Next we move on to the adaptation that is found in the plant. What are the adaptation seen in the plants? The adaptation means the plant may develop some of the structure in order to live in the surrounding. This is known as adaptation. In the plant itself, they develop some of the organ, that is known as adaptation. For example, there are three types of adaptation, that is tendril, twiners. So there are three types, thorns. These are the adaptations that are found in the plant. In order to live their life, they do some modification in their plant itself, that is known as adaptation. When we take about the tendril, they are known as weak stemmed plant. They are weak stemmed plant. They cannot stand straight. So they need some support to live their life. So that these plants are known as tendril and then weak stemmed plant. They cannot live straight, so they need some support to grow. For that, what they are doing mean the leaves become tendril like this. So with the help of this portion, what they are doing, they are climbing to other plant. They are climbing with the other plant and they live. Example, sweet pea. In this plant, the leaflet become tendril like organ. The leaflet mean we can see single leaf in banana, isn't it? In banana we can see the single leaf, but in some plants we can see the leaf like this. So that is known as compound leaf, and the leaf, each leaf is known as leaflet. This leaflet is modified into tendril like this structure. In order to climb, with the help of this tendril, they are climbing to other plant, and then they live. So this is known as tendril. In sweet pea, we can see this type of modification. And then in bitter gourd, we can see the axillary bud. This axillary bud, what does axillary bud mean? The plant, the flower which is found at the tip of the plant. The flower which is found at the tip of the plant is known as axillary bud. This is axillary bud. This axillary bud is changes into tendril, and then with the help of that it may twine around other plant and then they live. So this is one of the modification that is found in sweet pea and bitter gourd. This type of modification is tendril. And then when we move on to the twiner is same as the tendril, but here the plant itself is the weak stem plant. The plant itself surround, they need some of the support to climb. The plant itself grow with the support of the other organ. Okay, this is weak stem. What is the difference between the tendril and the twiner mean? Tendril, they develop some of the modification, some of the twine-like structure. The other portion of the plant become modified. But twiner, the plant itself move on to other object to for their support. Example, jasmine. The jasmine plant itself needs some support to grow. Here they do not develop, they also develop the tendril-like organ, but the plant itself move on, they need the support to grow. So this is the difference. The tendril mean the plant develop, the one of the portion of the plant develop into some other organ, tendril. But here the plant itself need the support. So this is the tendril and the twiner. Next about thorn. Thorn, as I said already, it is the needle-like structure. In Opuntia, we can find the stem portion which is modified into leaf-like structure, and then the leaf become thorn. So in order to avoid the transpiration, the plants are developing such a organ. Okay, this is the thorn of the plant. In agave, the leaf apex become, agave is an example, the leaf apex, the end of the leaf portion, the leaf apex, they develop thorn-like structure. Okay, this is found in agave plant. And then in Opuntia, a cactus, like this, the leaf become thorn like this and is surrounding the stem portion. So this is found in Opuntia. And in Bougainvillea, the stem contain sharp thorns. The stem portion contain some of the thorns. Okay, so these are the modification that are adaptation. In order to live, they develop some adaptation. So such a kind of are known as the tendril, twiner and the thorns. Tendril mean some of the parts of the plant develop into tendril hook-like structure. With the help of this hook, they are climbing to the plant and then they live. The twiners mean the plant itself they twine around some other plant and then they live. Thorns mean they develop needle-like structure. The leaves become reduced and they are developed into thorns. So these are some of the adaptation. So up to this, what we have seen means we have seen about the shoot system, root system, and then leaves. The underground main axis of the plant is known as the root system. What does it do? It conduct, absorbs and then do some modification which is found below the surface of the soil, and then they are like positively geotropic. When we take about the shoot system, that is the aerial main part of the plant, aerial main axis of the plant. What does it do? It performs the conduction and transpiration and give support to the plant, and also help for the photosynthesis. So the aerial main axis of the plant is known as shoot system, and then it is positively phototropic, growing towards the sunlight. The stem always grow towards the sunlight. When we take about the leaves undergo photosynthesis. Main function of the leaves is photosynthesis, and then they perform transpiration. So during photosynthesis, gaseous exchange takes place inside the leaf. Carbon dioxide enters and then oxygen removes from the plants. So these are the these are the parts of the plant. And when we move on to the habitat, the habitat is aquatic and terrestrial. The plant which are found in water are known as aquatic plant. Two types of aquatic plants, freshwater and then marine water. The plants which are seen in pond, river, lake, etc. are freshwater. The leaves float on the surface of the water, stem becomes submerged and the root grow deep into the water. Marine water also, in marine also some of the plants are seen. They perform 40% photosynthesis. And then when we move on to terrestrial, the plants which are seen in the land are known as terrestrial. The terrestrial support forest, desert and then grassland. In the forest most of the plants are seen, and then in the desert very less water. For that they develop some of the modification in their plants. In the grassland we can see smallest to longest type of grassland. Here the bamboo is one of the grass. When the conditions are favorable, the bamboo grows very fast. Bamboo is one of the grass family. When the condition favorable, it grows very fast. And then, so this is about the terrestrial habitat. When we move on to the adaptation, some plants, they develop some of the organ in their parts. So, that is the tendril. Tendril means the hook-like structure which is developed from some of the organ of the plant. And then the twiner. Twiner means the plant itself needs some support to grow. Example, jasmine, Clitoria ternaceae, these are the example for the twiner. And then thorn. Some of the plants develop thorns. Either the stem or the leaf become modified into thorn. So these are the some of the adaptation and then the parts of the plant. So up to this the lesson got over. Okay. Thank you everybody.